Welcome, everybody. My name is Brent Hoskins. I serve as Executive Director of the Business Technology Association, and we welcome you to this call today. Our thought is that if you're here, it's for one of two reasons. You're either new to the association and don't know everything that we offer, or you've been a member for many years and you don't know everything we offer. Because certainly we offer a lot of benefits, and through these years, we found that people may have been members for many years and then find something that they didn't know that BTA offers. So we started these calls a number of months ago, just to, each month, just to kind of walk through the website of the association, answer any questions that we can along the way. But I wanted to first ask, I see some familiar names here, and I don't know all your names, but I'm wondering if anybody would be willing to share a little bit about what you have learned or gained from BTA so far. Have you participated or taken advantage of any of our benefits? I'm not going to put anybody on the spot, but if anybody wanted to share. The other question then might be, what are you looking for in particular today? Is there something that you have some awareness of BTA that you're wanting to learn more about in our call? All right. Looks like you're all looking to hear all you can about the association. So we are a pretty small staff, but we get a lot done, and we have a team of volunteers behind us. We currently have 22 elected volunteers that represent BTA at the national level, but also at the district level, which is BTA East, BTA Southeast, BTA Mid-America, and BTA West. Currently, our national president is David Palomeni, who's with Wright Technologies, Sarasota, Florida, there on the screen. The staff is myself as Executive Director, Valerie Briseño is Marketing Director. You can see there on the screen. Elizabeth Marvel is Associate Editor of the magazine, and then Brian Smith, who may be the person you're most familiar with because he does talk to the members daily, all day long, every day. It handles our membership sales. Very good. So along the way, please interrupt if there's something that you would like to speak to us about or ask about to make this more conversational. We want to be here for you. And one thing, incidentally, as I was watching the screen there, the four of us, we've been collectively with the association, the four employees, for 82 years. So we have a long tenure with the association, know a lot of people, know a lot about the industry. And so we're a resource to you. If you ever want to reach out to us and think that we could provide you some insight or information or connect you with someone, we get that almost on a daily basis. Someone's looking to connect with other dealers or a manufacturer or whatever, and we'd be glad to do that. And if there's something that you're just curious about and you're trying to find a certain vendor or whatever, we'll do the best we can if we don't know the answer to find the answer. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to Valerie Briseño, and she kind of walk us a little bit through the website. Again, interrupt us if you'd like to along the way, and I'll warn Valerie in advance. I might interrupt her a couple of times to add a little bit to it. So Valerie.
Okay. So as Brent mentioned, we're basically going to be going through the website and making sure that you have your login set up. So even if you've been a member for a while, you'll want to go and do a new login here because we are on a new platform for our website. So start off by going here to log in. And then it will say you're going to have to create one. So you hit this button and then go to this create one here. Enter in your username, or actually create one, first. And enter in your first, last, and your email address. The account or the database should recognize you at that point in time. But if not, feel free to send me a quick email to have that fixed. But so you just enter in and hit submit, and you should be good to go. So after you have your login set up, you will be taken to when you come to log in, you'll be taken into what we call the info hub. This will be the first screen that you'll see. And let me go ahead and minimize that. So this is really where you'll find all of your invoices that you've paid. You can you can set up for auto bill under my info, and then membership. You can set up auto pay here. If you store, you can set it up for a credit card or an ACH bank account, and it will just keep it in here on file for any other payments that you'll have along the way, and for your dues. And also you can find our upcoming events here on the calendar. So you can always see what's going on. Another item that you might be interested in under My Info, again, is related contacts. So if you're the primary in the dealership or as the vendor member, I noticed we have a lot of vendor members on here as well. But right here, you can do related contacts and add others that you want to give access. So if you want to if they want to get set up with their own login to the website, you could do that here. You'll have a place where you can update your directory listing. I'm logged in currently as the BTA National President. Brent we went over that earlier, but under the About Us, you'll see where you can find the national board and then your district officers and then the staff. We also have a history section here under About Us. There's a lot of the bylaws here. We have member testimonials, photo archives, a lot of good information here. But back to the Info Hub, your directory listing, you can come in and put your logo here, address, add your description. So you can update your directory here. And then this is another great feature. So your directory is in this member directory here. So down here, click on that. You can change the view if you want to see it this way, or you can change it into a list. And if you hit this customize result, you can come in and search by the different manufacturers. So you could find a fellow Sharp dealer, Toshiba, etc. So we have all of the brands listed. You could also search by state, or you could even look up someone by their name, their company name. But this is a valuable resource for for all members. And again, I had stated, so once you hit the login on this page, it takes you to the Info Hub. And then to get back over to the BTA homepage, you just click down here, BTA homepage. So this takes you over to the main website, which is what we want to highlight today are the member benefits. They're all listed here. With your dealer membership, you do receive coupons that you can apply back, or their promo codes actually, that you can apply back toward many of our educational workshops. So that's highlighted there. A 1 year comes with 400, and a 2 year dealer membership is with the is 950. Vendors don't actually get the coupons, but you do get member pricing on the education if you're interested in any of those workshops. But one of our main benefits of being a member is our legal services that we have. And it's Bob Goldberg. He's been in the industry for 46 plus years. So you probably have heard of him. But with your membership dues, you can actually call or email Bob and ask any questions that you need. He won't represent you in court, but he will help you out with any questions that you have. And that's unlimited. So with your $500 dues, you get unlimited calls. Another main benefit here is the legal documents. So we have all of these documents on our website, that you can come in and download as long as you're logged in. So we have employee forms, a maintenance agreement, all of these different ones here. So let's just take a look at this. It downloads a Word document that you can then customize to your dealership. So you can take as much, or, you can even mix and match between the two if you wanted other agreements. But so that's an example of how to get those legal documents. Are there any questions?
Valerie?
Yes.
This is Brian. I just wanted to add that with Bob Goldberg, the distinguishing factor is if Bob will help you, if it affects the industry as a whole, Bob usually goes a little further, like agreements and that type of thing. But if it just affects you and your landlord, let's say, you want him to look at a dealer agreement, a sharp dealer agreement, he would look at that and make changes. But if you wanted him to look at your landlord agreement, he wouldn't look at that because it doesn't affect the industry as a whole. So that's kind of a line in the sand with Bob.
All right. So thanks for that addition there. Here are some testimonials from other dealerships that have utilized the legal services. So you could come take a look and listen for that. Again, if you back here on the About Us, we have all of the member testimonials here, so not just on legal. But this could be a valuable resource too, because you might hear from a fellow dealer and give you an idea on something that you could be taking advantage of. See, my computer's not cooperating. Yeah, so here's that, and then click here and you can see the different videos. It's having a little bit loading here, but it's on our YouTube channel, so you can find that there or up in our home bar here. You can go to any of our social media. Okay, let's get this out of the way. So pull that back up. Okay, back to member benefits overview. So we covered BTA legal services. We also have business support services and discount programs, our scholarship program. We have many different research reports that you can, some are free or purchased.
Hey, Valerie.
Yes.
Maybe you're going to get to it in a moment, but since I see scholarships there, I wanted to mention a little bit about that. Maybe you could go ahead and open that page. It's kind of on my mind.
It's the deadline,
so the deadline's passed. It's happened just last week, but certainly this is something we've been doing every year. And as you can read on the screen there, I think it's kind of small, but we've given away since the 84-85 school year 1,537 scholarships to the sons and daughters of BTA member dealership employees or the owner's employees, anyone who's got a minimum number of credit hours, for the upcoming semester at accredited schools, trade schools and universities and community colleges, et cetera. And we give away 1,000, 1,500 scholarships. We give away a 2,000 and a 3,000 scholarship. We have one each of those. And a lot of people aren't really thinking about this as a member benefit, or maybe are not aware of it. But the reason it's maybe on top of mind for us right now is that the deadline just occurred, and so we got tons of applications. They are actually, while we sort them out, we don't make any judgment on any of the applications. We turn them over to an independent, impartial evaluator. He's a dean at a local four-year college here in Kansas City, where we're located, and he reviews them. We tell him how many scholarships we're able to grant, and then he reviews those and makes the selections. And so it's just a great member benefit. Another thing you can do from the website is download a poster that can be put up in your break room and you could, we'll have the one for the May 1st, 2024 deadline. I know that's a long way away, but soon we'll have that posted. You'll be able to put it up on maybe in your break room, et cetera, and your employees can see that. And so it really extends the value of the BTA membership beyond just yourself as the principal or senior management, but to any employee in the company, because everybody certainly welcomes the opportunity to apply for scholarships, have their children apply for scholarships to help defer the cost of education. So anyway, Valerie, just sorry to interrupt, but it was kind of top of mind, as it's something we've been dealing with in the last few weeks and working towards, and we're excited about doing it. I always say that one of the best parts of my job is signing those scholarship checks every year, and we do so. So go ahead, Valerie.
And as Brent said, it's not just your full-time employees, but their children. So that in a lot of dealerships, when they're offering that, it's their benefit, from their company, because they're members of BTA. Okay, back to our business support services. I'm going to touch on a few of them here. I won't go down the entire list just because we don't have all the time here. But we have Ask the Analyst, which this is with Keypoint Intelligence. And you can actually just ask whatever question you need of these. And they're industry analysts, so they will be able to have access to data. So you click here for your question, or you can go here and see questions that have already been asked. We have background checks, B2B contact data. We have a disaster grant program. So if any natural disaster hits your dealership, you could apply for this grant. We have Building My Business webinars. So these are free to all members, and they're offered monthly. And we also have Diversifying My Business. So those are the two different free webinars that come with your membership. We offer a discount on business valuation services. This is through Prosperity Plus. But you'll just mention that you're a BTA member to get that discount. Collection services, credit card processing. They may or may not be able to save you money on this program. We also have a shipping program that's the same way, but all you'll need to do is send in one of your statements and they can give you a quick quote just to see if it will help you out. The shipping discounts are under here. This is a great program. I've been getting great feedback from our dealers on it, because you don't have to ship you can ship like $500 a week or less, and you'll still get the same discount. So many of the or if you have a program on your own through UPS, they may tell you you're getting 50% off. But that's like if you're shipping, $7,000 a week. So they have different dollar amounts that get you to that higher percentage off. But with the BTA program, there's no limit on the amount. Again, all you need to do is send in your addendum to them and they can take a look at it. A big one here, we have our dealers helping dealers resources. So you can find them here, but you can also find them over here on the homepage. And these are monthly calls, not weekly.
These Dealers Helping Dealers discussion group calls, we actually started in about May of 2020 as the pandemic was at its highest, and there was lots of concerns about everything. And so we had the thought of bringing dealers together to kind of not only encourage, but to help each other and address the challenges of the day. And so we still are having those calls. We don't talk about the pandemic anymore. We talk about everything else. You can see some videos of some interviews I've done along the way, individuals that are in those groups that were attending one of the BTA district events, and it kind of gives you a sense of the calls. But there's three of them for owners or senior management. Two of those meet twice a month, and one of them meets monthly. It's pretty simple format. We use Zoom like we are today, and as they are registering for the calls, they are just asked simply, what topics or questions would you like the group to address in today's call? And so we go through those questions. These are all non-competing dealers. And there's two of the groups that have been meeting all along that have meet every 2 weeks. They're like 70 plus calls. And we've got individuals we have one individual I know has been every call, and some of them have been on, almost every call. But it's something to consider, and it's free with membership. It's just a good way to create kind of a resource and a team of people who can advise you. I can see it in their conversations. Not only are they talking in the calls, they're communicating outside of the calls. We've even had people I know, based on their conversations, that have gone to visit one another and tour each other's dealerships and learn from one another. So it's just a great resource that we've got a lot of momentum with, and you might want to consider. We also have one for sales management. It meets monthly. We have another one for service management, meets monthly. So again, non-competing dealerships helping one another. So something to think about. So Valerie?
Right. And so it would be for you or your employees that you could get on. We have, and they are non-competing dealers. You did say that, right?
Yes.
And if you wanted to come and find some of the questions, you can use this as a resource as well. Again, just to go over, these are all located on the homepage here, Dealers Helping Dealers. This section is the featured benefit. Each month, we kind of highlight one of the benefits that I've been showing you over on this link. So this is the one that you'll probably get emails on, or you'll see info. It just happens to be shipping and freight for this month. Then we have our social media. So if you wanted to bookmark this page, this is where I would focus your resources that you're searching at as a dealer. You can see all of our different education offerings that we have. We have our hotline newsletter, which you will automatically be getting that as a member. You can see the different events that we have, which they're located here, or you can also come over here. Attending an event is also really, a lot of dealers value that. Once you get to an event and get the networking opportunity, you'll find, I think, that you'll want to come back. So here is some different testimonials on our events. You can come in and access the archive section and see pictures and the different presentations. So we've had one so far, our spring break event. The next one coming up is in June, and it's June 9th and 10th. Actually, sorry, 8th and 9th.
Well, 8th, 9th, and 10th.
Oh yes, 8th, 9th, and 10th. Sorry. Yes, because we're kicking it off by a tour of All Copy products. And then we'll meet all day on Friday with the baseball game that night, and then be finished by noon on Saturday. And it is in Colorado. So it's at the Gaylord Rockies. Then the national conference is in August in Boston. It's August 30th and 31st. And you can see that here. It'll be the same format, full day, half day, or full day with the dinner cruise, and then half day finished by noon. So, are there any questions?
Valerie, if you don't mind, another thought that comes to mind that it's always good to address is, and I can see DJ Hastings on the phone, so it's a good reminder for me of the peer groups within BTA. We have the Pro Dealer Group, we have the Select Dealer Group. Valerie is the staff liaison for the Select Dealer Group and goes to their meetings and helps them with their events, etc. And then I work with the Pro Dealer Group. DJ is a member of that. So there are 32 member companies in that group. And Valerie, how many Select Dealer Group member dealerships?
38, I believe. But
38. So
yes, so these
So-
here group, oh, sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to say they kind of similar in nature to the discussion groups, but on steroids. I mean, they meet in person multiple times a year, and then they work with John Hay and Todd Johnson, and it gives them an opportunity to you turn in your you complete a financial survey and you end up with a results of saying, here's me. Compared to everybody else in aggregate in the group. So nobody sees each other's numbers, but you learn how you compare to the group. And so then in the meetings, Todd Johnson will once a year kind of go through the survey findings and tell where the weaknesses might be occurring within the group, areas that they could improve upon. It relates to their service or their sales. And, the dealers that are in those groups never want to leave, because not only are they learning from each other, in those meetings, they truly do stay in contact with each other all the time. I know Valerie sees this with the Select Dealer Group. I see it with the Pro Dealer Group, that they ask each other tons of questions, via email and otherwise, helping each other. And there are really some great, strong friendships that have grown out of those. So Valerie, just wanted to add a little bit there as you were trying.
And on both pages here, so you just come to membership and then you'll see both of them listed. You'll find a map that will show if your territory is open, because this is they're non-competing dealers. So you can take a look at both links here and see if your area is open. Okay, well, so again, just make sure you visit the benefits page, take some time to go through and see, or have you or your employees within your dealership send them here, and they can start looking at the different benefits that they could take advantage of. So for the vendors that we have on, if you go to membership and then vendor members, you'll see, first of all, the different logos of all of the vendors listed. Dealers, you could find this as a resource as well. But vendors, if you click here, it will go over your benefit offerings that you get with your membership.
Great job, Valerie. Thank you very much for walking through that for us and pointing out the highlights. I'm wondering, I see a number of you still on the call. Does anyone have any questions or comments about what you've seen or your membership in the association? I'll pause for a moment. If not, go ahead.
I might say, Brent, I appreciate that. I know I've been on that site hundreds of times, but I see something new, even though you go back and look at it like this, and I didn't know, what 101 would cover, but on that car rental part of it, is that just simply for fleet, or is that just for like travel?
It is travel, actually, not fleet.
Okay.
But yeah, and it's with Avis. So here we go. Oh, and Alamo.
Yeah.
So here's the different, when you're making your reservation online, you'll just need to enter this code in.
Okay.
And I have had a dealer tell me that this Avis, I don't know about Alamo, but Avis, it did save them money on that. Rob Richardson, actually, one of your fellow
pro dealer.
Yeah. Very good. I'm glad you noticed that. That's
something that I didn't see before, and of course we always rented a car and whatever, try to. So
there you go. So every time you're renting a car, you're trying to think of find a discount somewhere, right? So so keep BTA in mind, because it's a benefit that's kind of small, obscure, but it's there. It's been there for many years, and so it's something available to you. And you can let us know how much you're able to save with that, because I know it probably varies depending on so many other factors. But well, thank you, DJ. Anyone else? All right. If not, please reach out to us at any time. Our emails are as simple as any in the industry. As an example, mine is just my first name, Brent @bta.org. So Valerie at bta.org, Brian at bta.org, Elizabeth at bta.org. We are here as a resource for you. We want to help you in any way that we can, and please keep that in mind. So with that, we'll go ahead and end our call. Let me thank you all for your membership in the association. This was recorded, so it'll be available on the BTA website starting tomorrow if you'd like to share it with some of your fellow employees or take a look at something. And then we will continue to offer these each month live to be able to address questions, et cetera. So appreciate it all. We will talk to you down the road, and we'll hope to see you in Denver coming up in June.